Gonna put some pressure down, but the actual end plan is towards this A site. Verno getting a really nice dink, but Crystal gets the trade onto Tex. Instantly, so many trades coming in. Verno ending up being the hero in that, getting those 2 picks. And Batman, he's on this A site, on this A link. Autumn flanking really quickly might be the reason why they win out this round. In spawn is Aspas trying to hold a crossfire, gets the pick onto Patman, and all of a sudden Autumn in this 1v3, but I think they know something's up because they have that full spawn side.
Yeah, it's a little bit disjointed, unfortunately, for GE. One way thrown up on short side, and that is a death sentence here for Autumn. No way you can crack back into this site. Now IBR are giving him nothing. Spike ticking a little bit faster and out onto the line. Under the one-way is Mazzino, and LIBR just keep the good times rolling instantly off the back of a 13-2. They immediately win the follow-up pistol to start off Haven.
I really like that GE was active, trying to get some sort of information, pushing all the way down C-Long, but this fight right here, it was so scrappy. You can see how quick everyone was there to react, but it's just the right-click classic from Verno that manages to get 2 kills onto that.
That's a free gun, by the way. I remember back when, in the early days of Valorant, I would just full armor classic anti-eco on Jet and then just buy the op straight away, because why not? It was even more busted back then than it is now. But MIBR quite happy with how that went for them. Nice little easy 2K for Verno as they kick off this anti-eco into the C site. Dart dealt with. Autumn sitting on the back lines. Position confirmed by Aspas, but that's not too bad from Udatan. Dumping down that relay bolt, cutting up this push for MIBR, and they cannot get the clean execution they were looking for through the cage. Out comes the dart as well as a grab net, giving MIBR serious pause for thought here. They haven't pivoted away just yet. Drone going forward, looking for Autumn, and they have confirmed that he's sitting in the corner. Down goes the deadlock wall. That's going to slow this down a little bit more. Aspas going forward. Straight from the hip with the Marshall, cleaning out all of this C site, and now MIBR are looking a little bit more comfortable.
2v3 here, coming out through garage, but it's instantly going to get spammed down by Verno. Really decisive at the end there, but that was a look in, getting into that site, not shooting the player that is not looking at him, and instantly refracting back. A little bit scary for them. But I think for MIBR, obviously, they're still going to be happy with the outcome of this round. They're going to be on that bonus for the 3rd round. These fights were so chaotic. I think GE, they're really trying to be active, really trying to make sure that they're pushing and trading as quick as possible. The fast floods are there. But it's going to be interesting how they play out this round. Gun round for the side of GE.
Harvey having a look to see what his Sova Dart can fashion for him. He does get scanned by MIBR, so rotation comes back across from GE, who have spread out that Sentinel utility around the map. It's something that they love to do. You'll see a lot more of that. A bit of a Sentinel duel over on garage side. Drone goes looking for some information, but it's immediate paranoia dive into the site there from Zekken. Aspas finding one before the refract comes through. Zekken will hit the deck, and MIBR very much slowing this one down. Tex caught, pulling the pin out from Crystal's grab net there. Drone confirming where Udatan is standing. This is so tentative for MIBR, not knowing when to make their move, but that's where Aspas and Verno just completely demolish everyone on the site, and Crystal, a little late to the party, has a big 1v3 to attempt.
Those are the types of things that I worry about for GE. The 4K for Aspas to close out the round. But every single time, it feels like they're in somewhat of a good position, getting that pick onto Tex on the extremity. They still struggle when it gets back into sight, when they're trying to get those trades, when they're trying to path into the site. They constantly take these ones or put themselves in these positions where they're so isolated and they cannot trade. But of course, when you're playing against Aspas, when you're playing against Zekken, you just have to be so much quicker and so much more understanding with these things, because they are playing at a pace that really throws you off.
Just waiting out a lot of that Senti utility, taking their time to crack on into the sides. You can't rush yourself. There's so many sensors, many tricks to deal with. That's very cheeky, using the dark cover to hide from the recon. Udatan on the walk down middle, but the Sheriffs are not really connecting either ones of these vicinities. MIBR now pivoting back towards A, and that's where Harvey had the info line for a moment, but punished now by Aspas.
Not looking too good. 3-0. MIBR winning that bonus round just with the sheer force of them going quick, and a punish onto Javi. 3 of these players from GE, though, they understand what's going on. They're stacked onto this site. They've gambled, and it is a good gamble, but it's just the fact that they need to be in these tradable positions. They need to get their ones here because the flank is also on the way. Udo getting that first pick onto Aspas. The paranoia coming in, but in a weird spot, making Udo get 2. Verno trying to get that trade and does end up getting it. And now all of a sudden, 3v3 here. Patman getting dropped by Tex. Crystal with a beautiful shot onto Tex. Now running towards short, trying to pick up that weapon. Does get the Phantom.
Off angle for Crystal, dealt with by Verno. The flank coming in from Autumn. He's actually got a decent timing to be attempting this clutch. Uncovered on the side, but a little bit too late there from Autumn. The model as Verno gets off of that spike plant cannot be calibrated on. Always a little bit annoying with some of the animations. Can't quite get the headshot where it's needed, and that's completely punished there by MIBR, despite some heroics on the Sheriffs from Global.
We talked about star players on MIBR, and it feels like every single player has their standout moments so far in this series, constantly going for 3. And it's just crazy how easy it seems sometimes for winning out these frags. GE, that was a close round. It was a little bit expensive for them, but an op on Ospas.
I mean, 100% it was a close round, but like how many close rounds did you have on Lotus?
True.
Really struggled to win any of them. Quickest execute, Hunter's Fury to back it off, giving a lot of problems for Unitime. The Sova Dart scanning multiple players.
Wow.
And it's a complete decimation of the C site. MIBR changing up the pace after a lot of slower rounds, really waiting out GE and waiting for mistakes. This time it's pedal to the metal straight into C, and it works a treat.
No pop execute. Instead, they just full execute with that waylay out. It was really beautiful. Not a single spot on site was left uncovered. And again, the sheer force of the movement coming in from Zek and Aspas to get into that site so quick. The util usage, the paranoia, the dart, everything just lined up beautifully. And GE, man, they did not stand a chance. Look at those X's, 4 on that C site, 3 of them towards spawn.
I'll tell you one thing, though. There is no way you're getting into tower here. Double sensors. Surely that doesn't work out for MIBR. Dealing with both of them in just an instant. That is just perfection. Even both of the sensors were both checked perfectly by MIBR with the dart to follow up. They really just have not put a toe out of line since this series kicked off.
You really thought that he could hold that.
Give me a little bit of cope. Can I at least save a Vandal in tower for the next round? Anything.
Anything indeed. Well, they do have 2 ults online. The Deadlock ult, they have the Neon ult. They could go for something fast.
Can we at least kill Verno? Like 10 and
0 is insane.
That's kind of
That's my IGL right there.
Yeah, okay. GE back on the Sheriffs. Funnily enough, were one of the rounds where they were a little bit more competitive compared to the gun rounds, but with the Outlaw on Aspas, I'm a little bit worried they might not be able to repeat that. Dash up into the site, out comes the overdrive from Unitime, and hand in hand with Patman, giving MLBR some serious problems, but that is pretty impressive for Mazzino to come up with 2, given that he's hit entirely by the relay bolt. Nahapta's Fury connects on nothing. Global Esports now 2 on 4 in this retake, trying to come in from A-Link, dodging that drone, dodging the paranoia, but all of that is just buying more time for the spike and Aspas to slide onto the perfect line. Decent trade back from Harvey and almost a shot through the wall onto Verno there, but with the one-way coming out and a perfect little triangle crossfire, it's not even needed. Verno's just out in the open to get it done for MIBR. I mean, you can't blame the man for his confidence right now. I still don't think he's even died yet.
I'm really questioning the choices from GE here on this round, using 2 ults to try to turn it around, the Sova and the Neon ult, but it's just not working out after that Neon has dropped, getting scanned for so long by the dart. Mazzino full stun, still manages to get the pick on Neon. It's just not looking too hot. Javi, knowing that and still using his ult, it's a little bit scary because now you're kind of losing some sort of trap play potential that you have here. But the double senti comp on defense, they really need to win some of these rounds because it's so much harder on that attack side with this kind of comp. And now all these players towards that A lobby. The gun is going to get spotted from Tex. That operator finally coming online for GE, and they're falling back into sight.
Drone confirms that there's more players here for MIBR, and a warning shot there onto Aspas. Lose the leg. Unitime finding some early success here with this operator, and that's enough bravado to kind of push MIBR away to other avenues.
Grouped up back towards mid here for MIBR. They're aware of the op. The drone still online for Verno, though. Walking towards that C garage, gonna spot the Cypher setup. They're gonna know this is the weakest site. Trying to go for a C split here. Mizzino just being annoying, putting pressure towards that B, finding out where that operator is. And now just chilling outside of B with that spike.
Shot from Udatan. Lapse of focus for just a moment. MRBR waiting for a mistake, which they're not going to receive. There goes the paranoia and the dash on in for Aspas, who is traded out by Patman. Once again, the plant being attempted here by Mizzino. Out comes the Annihilation. Very much looking for a pick here. I'm not sure if it even connected. Verno just continues to come up with the goods until Patman is able to come in towards that B site. Down into a 2-on-2 now. Flank coming out for Autumn, who was waiting a long time over on C-Long. Finally finds his man, Zekin, last alive inside of that site. And Crystal does a good job clearing him out. Finally around here for GE on this defensive side. See how many more they can start to put together here, because this has not been the start that they were looking for.
Back on the board, and the main reason is it's on the back of that operator for Udo, trying to get one of those picks, trying to go aggressive, get the line, and just punish them for playing that slow style that they've been playing for majority of the game. The walk up, the pop executes, just going off of info. I think this was all really nice from MRBR, trying to punish that operator, and Mizzino TPing out in time, but the retake was just too good. This is one of those times where you see them going in together on the side of GE, and you're like, finally, this makes sense. The trades are there. The frags are finally there. And all of a sudden, back on the board. They're going to spot that Sova, though, with that drone. But the Waylay ult is out. That dart is coming down. Hobby actually gets a spam kill onto Aspas through the neon wall. Zekin trade onto Crystal. And all of a sudden, Mizzino, he's TP'd into heaven. They're trying to get this A crunch down, but there's 3 players on site.
Zekin up inside of the dark cover. Harvey's finally been able to deal with the fox among the hen house, but Tex and Verno just wiping that site. Unfortunately, another round that kind of slips through the fingers of GE here. Autumn now tasked with yet another retake. Playing over towards that C site time and time again. At least has the neural theft to work with, but I'm not sure he has anyone to really use it on. Both of the players are inside of A-Long and Heaven respectively, so that's not really going to give him any information necessarily. Upshot missed there by Tex. That's enough to convince Autumn to not try to attempt this retake and just hold on to his Vandal and armor. An immediate reply here for MIBR is going to put significant pressure on GE's economy now.
MIBR just making so much pressure on so many different angles for GE that it's getting hard for them to hold it down. Obviously, the util usage from Verno as well, absolutely phenomenal. Using that dart when they know that they're about to fight that A main, that A long, and just being annoying. And the shock dart to get that pick onto the player close right in that off angle in the corner. Just so many small things that add up here. Tex with the nasty shot through the wall while he's still running. It's just these small, insane micro things that are punishing GE. I actually feel like that round GE had a really good read. Fighting that A-long, fighting the A-lobby, punishing anyone that was going way too fast, using the neon wall to back off. They heard the Mizzino ult. They held heaven. It just, everything just didn't, it just fell apart at the end.
That's every round in this series for GE.
Yeah, it like, keeps happening.
There's plenty of 3v3s. There's plenty of, you know, XVXs that are winnable for GE, but there's just nothing's landing in the mid rounds, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's
the facts.
That's the firepower, though, for me.
Yeah, to some degree. 100% MRBR looking like the sharper team coming into this series. Don't think anyone can argue with that. We all know that the ceiling of some of these players on GE, but the consistency, unfortunately, is another story.
Mizzino having some really good impact frags too, especially when he's on that B site, usually being the player with the spike, able to just get on and get off, able to use the paranoia at the right times. I really like to see how deep the playbook is too. Feels like for every little small situation, they have some sort of answer, some sort of protocol. Like when the operator is on that B site, they're dashing up and making sure they're using that verticality to punish it, trying really hard to get that really fast double dive duelist to put in the work. But now GE going for this mid fight, and MIBR has read right into it. They're holding this mid, knowing that they're on this thrifty, only 2 weapons across the board. One of them saved, and it's a fast beat.
A double dash straight into the site, and that's about as easy as it gets there. Mazzino is all over those players, whether he can see them or not. Plant going down in the safe position for MIBR here, and Verno 15-1, spotting out the barrel of the gun for Autumn, not the player you'd want to be peeking here. Crystal on the other side of things, a lot less to work with. And looking like MRBR going to walk away with yet another attacking side round. Autumn peeking out to see if he can find anything. And honestly, if Mazzino didn't get it done, Burno was ready to peek. That's kind of can't do the guy from back home like that. Unfortunate.
Dude, the reaction timing on these guys right now is insane too. It feels like they're so ready for every single fight. The crosshair placement's absolutely there. The mechanics are just so good. Granted, it was a little bit of a weird buy round, a low buy, just trying to get something to support around that rifle that they saved that last round, but it's just not looking good.
Yeah.
Gun round here.
I mean, this will be a bit of a cathartic one. I remember sitting in a cafe in Seoul and watching MIBR play NRG at the end of kickoff on this map. This is more the scoreline that they probably would have had in mind back then. So this might be a little bit of trauma redemption, I guess you could say, for MIBR. Quick split into C. Autumn going to get tested. Not something that has been happening too much so far this game. Refract back, and actually the flood in is starting to go the way of GE. Mazzino dealt with trying to dive through the cage as well. Burno from downtown though, and Tex on the back lines is starting to turn this one around. Out comes the neural theft. Udatan under pressure, playing inside of his fast lane, trying to buy time for Crystal to get involved here.
2v2. Spike is down on the site, trying to get that from Platt. Scary fight for Tex to take because he does end up losing it. Verno making so much noise going towards that garage. They know now where he's positioned, and the Spike is still down. This is almost unwinnable. And Udo getting that final pick onto Verno. Now that was a really good round from GE. The super fast flood into the Cypher util. Cypher just staying alive for so long, playing together, making sure that they're in those crossfires when they are coming out of that spawn smoke. Just punishing that fast dash in.
I mean, that's what GE are good at on this map, honestly. That's a little bit more like it. The problem is I'm a little bit worried they've dug themselves quite a big hole on this defense. At a minimum, need 4 rounds out of this half, so...
Especially with their comp.
Back to back, yeah. It gets a lot harder once you move over onto that attacking side, that's for sure. Okay, we'll see if they can try to fashion themselves a little bit more magic. Autumn once again tucking himself in nicely towards that C site. Has a little bit of help. The rotation of Udo Tan. Crystal pulls out the grab net. Birdo on the other side of things. Let's go at least 1-for-1 on C, and we get fights on both sides of things. MIBR just taking space where it's given, and they've found themselves at least 3 picks here. Really, the world is their oyster from here on out.
It's actually crazy how quick that was, too. 4 players just grouping up here towards that aim long. I say that, but Javi gets the pick onto Mazzino. They know that he's sitting here, speeding up towards this B site. Autumn is rotating in, is caught out. Doesn't get a pick, gets so much damage down that Sobal not gonna catch anymore. Autumn getting 1, but not before he gets dropped by Zekin and Javi in this 1v2. But both players are lit.
Yeah, time for a vintage Javi clutch. If ever you needed one, GE desperately need rounds on this defensive side. Nice open plant for Verno. Meets up with Zekin over towards the bottom side of C long there. The shock's coming out. The MIBR lads will be very well aware of where Javi is coming from over here on spawn side. Hasn't tapped the spike yet. Drone to work with, but not really the kind of clear path for that to be used at this point. Out comes the shock. Clears out the close corner, but neither of MIBR are playing there. Drone in response for Verno to confirm that unfortunately Javi is not on the spike yet, and time is really starting to tick at this point. Trying to get the half. Trying to bait out the peak from MIBR, but they are being very patient with this one. Recon dart to follow up. Verno dealt with, but unfortunately, I think if the half doesn't come out, it's going to be done, and Zekin is the one to close it for MIBR. A really nicely played 2-on-1 there.
The scoreline is looking awfully familiar here. 9-2. 1 more round left in this map. This is so scary for GE. I mean, the double senti, it's not working out for them. They're not able to hold on to these sites. They're getting picked off so easily by MIBR. They're finding these really good timings. They're really good aggressive peaks here. And of course, they're taking their ones because of the confidence they have, especially with the momentum from that last game. And now looking like a fast C split here. Sorry, C execute here on the side of MIBR.
Again, it's Autumn and Udatan up over the top. He's ass pass, well aware that the Neon is sitting inside of the cage. Mazzino's made it into the site. And they are very tentative,
Waduh,
trying to
gila
clear
juga ya.
out this Bucky.
Orang.
That's great patience for
Baik lagi,
MIBR.
anjir.
Hammond trying to make a heroic play straight through the dark cover. Out comes the Annihilation, immediately sniped out by Aspas. And it's just Harvey inside of Garage. He's got a lot to fix up here. It's a 1-on-5, but I don't even think that this man is going to be good for it, quite honestly. Glass Cannon Guardian is not the tool for the job, and Mazzino with a big 3k TP into the back of the site. It's another 10-2, double digits in the opening half. And look, honestly, it's just continuing to get sadder here for the Pacific fans, myself included.
19-3 for Verno. He's only died 3 times.
When you said 19-3, I thought you were referring to the overall round tally
Nope.
so far in this series. It's close to that. It's close,
It feels like
unfortunately.
it.
That's what I thought you were saying. It's so painful. It's actually so painful.
Oh man, you guys didn't believe me earlier when I said MIBR could win the whole thing, but with the form that they're in right now, I think, yes, GE, they're struggling a little bit, but it's so many of these close rounds that just show you that the 1v1s are there, the 2v2s are there. Everyone is able to get their own. And the calls, too, have been really good. I'm really, really surprised by their strat book, by the playbook, how deep it is, and the way that MIBR is still avoiding and calling. Clearly, they have a lot more things that they want to call, but they're avoiding using it, because why would you when just executes are working out right now?
I mean, especially into double Senti. The Waylay Jet is really doing wonders here for MIBR. They're able to avoid a lot of the sonic sensors, a lot of the trips in the setup by just good pathing in on the entry, using the refract where it's needed. Saw actually a similar kind of outcome when we saw KRX take on this GE squad earlier on in Pacific. They were able to use Jet really, really well to just avoid all of the double Senti util, and I think you see MIBR do the exact same thing here to GE, unfortunately.
This is wild. I knew they were going to win, but I didn't think it was going to be this dominant.
I'm just happy you're in a good mood. That's it. You know, that's the one good thing that we get out of this, okay? And all the Americas fans.
Listen, this is the time for you to convert a little bit, you know?
Okay.
Like, jump on the MIBR train with me.
Need a green card.
Oh, this is rough. I think for GE, like, let's just say there's a little bit of cope here. A tiny bit of cope. They win out pistol.
Yeah.
They don't throw the anti-eco.
Yeah.
Right? Perhaps they win a bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could do it.
Then we're 6 rounds behind.
Listen, MIBR likes to push a lot. And maybe with the double Senti, they can prevent that. But they're going for this fast C-split here. Aspas is going to be on the site with Zek and Tex. Here's all this information. Zekin going for his with that Sheriff, not connecting. Aspas manages to get one. Zekin gets another, but 2 trades coming in. Autumn and Udo. Zekin gets a second kill onto Udo, and 3v2. His team is coming in. They're trying to flood out onto site together. That shock might do enough damage. They're so lit, picking off onto Autumn and Hobby in this one. 1v2 is not gonna win it out. Mazzino with that final kill. And Verno, man, these shocks. He's gotten like 3 this game already.
Yeah, he's good. We know. It's been an excellent game for Verno.
So he's like, what, 20-3 now?
20-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty good on the Sova. Not gonna lie. Rest of MIBR giving him a lot of help as well. I think both the Jet and the Waylay getting a lot of value fighting from backside with the Sheriffs here. I think GE, you could see right from where they kind of get halted up in Garage for a moment, they are very kind of, I wouldn't say afraid, but just taking a little bit of time to get into that C site, unfortunately. And that's where the Sheriffs are having a lot of fun, picking them as they head on their way in. Speaking of picking GE as they head in, this time less success for Aspas. Forced away for the time being. It very much seems like GE want to pick up the pace, but Mazzino's spamming away on his Spectre. Takes a lot of damage off the hero TP up the top. Should get checked here by Unitar, but he's got just not enough HP, unfortunately. And that is a double once again from the Omen. Mazzino just continues to conjure magic for MIBR, and Autumn, who was kind of waiting in the back of the site, all he could do was trade out the Omen before Vono cleans him up. 12-2 for MIBR. I think this might be back-to-back 13-2s.
The fact that Mazzino's just allowed to TP back into site, get those picks, no trade on board.
They tried to trade him, but Unitar had like 10 HP because because they took about 300 damage getting into B. Unfortunately. So that's how it be. That's how it be here.
That's how it be. This was kind of nasty. We were talking about Mazzino just being so good, especially with his impact frags. But this round, you can tell he's just kind of styling on them. And now, 12-2. Like you said, we might see that same scoreline.
Fract active for second. Creeping up on the line. Easy opener onto Yudatan. And the going continues to get rougher for GE. Drone will confirm that Crystal is in this neck of the woods, so MIBR not even really feeling pressured enough to rotate. Still just kind of sitting in a 2-1-2 here, because you can definitely trust Second and Verno to probably get the rest of this round done themselves, or very there nearabouts.
Grouped up. A-Long. Crystal alone towards short. The smoke's going to come in. The actual pick is going to come in from Javi as well. That Guardian. Beautiful shot. Verno now left alone towards the short. He is going to get slowly crunched. Autumn, Crystal trying to work it up together. They get that pick, and now all of a sudden it's flipped. 3v4. They've gained that numbers advantage. Getting that spike down as well. Holding into this post plant. They just need to be careful here, because these are the kinds of rounds that MIBR have been known to flip over.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, though, against double Senti. Like the double pick. Great spacing and entries in from GE. I give MIBR a lot of trouble getting back in. The barrier, as well as the sonic sensor. You've got the follow-up grab net, even if they are able to make it a little bit deeper into the site. Hits all three players for MIBR. And Autumn capitalizing. Crystal to follow up. And Aspas finally pulls the grab net out, but I think he's better off just saving this Vandal at this point.
Really well played here by GE. They saw the opportunity and they took it. Verno being left alone, knowing he couldn't do anything, but the crunch timings are still there. It's good to see that they're keeping a lot of those protocols. They're not going, overextending, playing too needy. Like, they need to get those picks, still taking their time and making sure they're doing it with reason. GE now. It's so hard when you're in this position, because you have to snowball. You have to snowball the economy. You have to snowball these ults. It's going to be so much harder, too, with this double Senti comp. Crystal and Autumn, Cypher and Deadlock. It's almost impossible. The good thing is they could get so much information with those trips, with holding it all the way back. It's going to be a little bit of a rough one, because MIBR is actually going to face them for an A-lobby fight.
Yudatan having a little bit of a think about taking that, but the utility quickly pushing GE back away. They'll allow MIBR to have control of lobby, and they're going to start to speed up into C now. This is where Tex, fantastic on the opening map on the Cypher. Quite happy to play retake in from spawn side. There's a juicy little kill trip there, but that's dealt with by Harvey Shock Dart.
These players taking sight with a vengeance. That wall is going to go down. Really annoying to deal with, like you mentioned earlier. And this post plant, they're trying to keep this site. They have the trip on the flank. They don't need to worry about it unless there's an omen. And now MIBR in this 5v5 retake. It's really hard, especially when these players have so much site control. But Autumn playing towards that backside. The TP comes in. Catman getting one, but Mazzino, Verno, and Aspas are so good at clearing. Crystal left in a 1v3. And no win for him. Mazzino with the final pick of the game and a 12-3 scoreline here for MIBR.
That is just back-to-back stomps here. MIBR coming into EWC 2026 with a vengeance. You can see exactly why they were able to run over the Americas qualifier. Doing very well for themselves, and unfortunately, another flat performance.
Multiple players being, like I said, there was nobody watching Heaven, so when Bai jumps out, no one noticed, and he's able to almost kill Koshmaras. Then a player goes up on top of the Jenny, and they almost get a kill there. Like, I don't know if they just switched off for a second, but that was a bit shaky.
Absolutely was. Bangir's in trouble, has to TP out, give up that space, and he goes back in for another bite. Ends up getting bitten himself, down and out of the round. The run it back online, chasing down control of the A site. That could have been a double for Kira, with the run it back just about to send Phoenix over in that direction, but instead, man advantage extended for Heretics. I have the
Spike retrieved. Woot's done very well in this round already. If it's going to be a continuation of how he played on the previous map, that could be pretty dangerous. Not the prettiest of fights for Riens. And it is worth noting that Woot is desperately low. Now, GRQ does have a run it back of his own, but I'm looking at his teammate, and I have a feeling they're not going for this.
think that's a fair impression to get from this situation. For Heretics, a lot better than the previous round. The fact that they came in and lost so much so early on, it made me worried, but this was a much more direct play towards short. Kosh Maris, obviously, that's going to be the big factor, is if you're allowing him to have a lot of orbs, if he is finding success. Like, the Neon ult is good, but his impact, if he has even 3/4 the game that he normally does on the Neon, it's going to be way higher when it comes to those round-to-round ultimates. You already see it, round 4, and it's being used to basically secure the round.
Yeah, the only caveat I'll give is Fangir has got off to a slow start, in the sense that he's just been diffed 2 rounds in a row. I don't know if that's going to continue all the way through, and if you remove Woot's entries from the last 2 rounds, I wonder if they win those 2 rounds. Because he has just basically double entried this round and got an entry in the last as well. So I don't know how recreatable it is. It almost reminds me a little bit of like old school Ascent attack side, where it's like, did our Jet get a kill? Oh, they didn't. Oh, what happens now? Obviously, in this case, they do have the Phoenix as well, but that felt like the defining parts of the last couple of rounds. So I'm definitely going to see what happens. If Woot goes down early, are they still going to be as impactful?
Well, they forced Fangir back again. He's had a tougher start. As you've said, being diffed in both fights. They're not going to challenge him another time. Looking for that, as Kira's close by to help him out. The buy's a little bit shaky. Kira obviously has the Stinger. Buys come in with a Sheriff. For the most part, they are just saving those credits through for the next round. So Heretics have an easier time here. We've seen this before. They're going to at least put the pressure on, find the orb. Like, expect a lot more of these slower rounds when those ultis aren't online, trading utility for orbs. But push has to come to shove eventually.
Picking. 45 seconds. It's also a sort of mixed bag buy, so the lower the time gets, I feel like the better it is for all gamers, especially with them not giving up anything in terms of those opening picks. They're also walking into Kira, who's been very good so far. Paranoid looking to delay, but caught as the door is broken. Now Fangir needs to step up, and again, it's a little bit late, but does manage one now. You're going to see that running back through, and again, GRQ precision seems to be the aim of his game. Benji's done well at least to trade it back. Might just give them the plan, but they need to clear by from underneath, and they've done that with ease. But again, a second life given. And now it needs to be the kill. The time already ticked too far gone, and because of that, Shrimp is able to just sit and wait for re-ends.
It's well played in the end there by Shrimp. That little jump, if he swung out wide, he was in a whole lot of trouble. But he gets out of dodge right away. Paranoia for Kira, just a small bit too late. But this is when we talk about on the Heretic side, the Phoenix and the impact that it can have. Well, you see it very much on the other side as well. It's going to be something that I think both teams are going to want to compete for those orbs. So far, it has definitely been Heretics finding a lot more in those early rounds. But that'll obviously change when we swap sides.
Yeah, at least from some of the stuff I saw in the qualifiers, I'm pretty sure it was Kira and GRQ playing the opposite roles, but I could definitely understand why they've made the switch if that is the case. Woot through, and already both players towards short getting their openers. An aggressive push-up all the way through B as well, so the defense have so much information and so much of a player advantage. You might look at this and go, oh, well, is this an eco for Heretics with how clean this has been? Nope. No, this was a 4-buy. This was everything invested, and yeah, all gamers have made it look like an eco.
Oh, they decimated them. Plain and simple, it is going to be a flawless round for all gamers to put them 4-2. And you see a lot of risks being taken there by Heretics, like Benji walking up on mid, popping the cage on the trap. The rotates hadn't come through. There was no panic on the defensive side. They won their fights with ease. And so they're still very much close by to hear that trip activated, or trap activated, cage activated. And then I think it did look like an eco round from that perspective. The player walking up short as well, blindsided on that left. It feels a little disorganized.
I like the change-up as well. Like I said, Fangir's been struggling with that early A-site fight. So they just swap him to B. They put the double duelist over on short so that when there's the aggressive burst, there's 2 players waiting on the other side to try and stop Woot and Koshmaras in their tracks, and that's exactly what they do. A nice change, but then go back to the default once again. But of course, for the attack side, no weaponry, no ults to play with, a dive over the top, but it is a little bit messy this time. Shrimp has been having a fantastic game so far, but he will be dealt with. He had a teammate, however, still a 3v3. Koshmaras has also managed to find a gun. And Boo's managed another kill.
It was risky playing that close to spawn with the spike. Could have caused issues, especially with the blaze wall already gone, but now a 3v2. A chance to move together. The timing here, a little bit off from Bai. They're both going to wrap up quite quickly. It's being watched, but the shot's not landing, and Fangir now with a chance, but he is on 10 HP. One shot from Boo will be enough. He needs to land the heady. And it's clean. All gamers continuing to put up rounds on this defense.
I sort of mentioned it. The reason it was uncharacteristic that Fangir had lost those 2 early fights was how good he had been in that previous map, especially with their comeback. And why in this round, I think you can see why. Sure, it was a lower purchase from Heretics. It was one where expectations were incredibly low, but there was a clutch that was needed, and there was a clutch that was found on just 10 HP. Big resurgence already. I think just waking up in the last map, you're seeing the level of what some of these individual players can hit over on the side of all gamers. And with already, I believe that's their 5th round on the defensive side. They are looking good in this half.
A timeout called by Heretics, and I absolutely cannot blame them. I do think the second half is going to be a different story, but it won't be exactly short on difficulties.
No, if anything, this comp looks almost built for the attack. Like, because if you had maybe the chamber or something like that, I might be more inclined to agree. But you've gone for a double duelist that allows you a more aggressive dive. Do I think that Phoenix is going to be good on the defense? Not really, unless you're able to do what your opposing side Phoenix is doing and just have insane retake potential.
Well, that's exactly it. I do think that in terms of retaking, refighting control, like there's so much that you can do when it comes to that defensive side, as we can see from all gamers. And I think it's what Heretics are going to be attempting as well. But it just depends how many rounds they have when they go there. Like right now, this is a much more dominant start than we expected.
Yeah. For
all gamers. No signs of slowing down. They are up against the full buy again. Tour de Force used up, and, well, he's going to bail out right away. Control given up by Fangir. Although the Hunter's Fury thrown in to try to get a few bits of damage, a few points of health off, but I don't think it's found anything.
No, absolutely nothing. Aggressive positioning, and okay, just a pre-fire. An aggressive position, but okay. Woot's been able to trade, or get traded, I should say. Still, these aggressive positions are definitely going to be a surprise, but maybe not for GRQ. This guy is just hitting everything put in front of him. Ultimate back online for him once again. Koshmaras was trying to challenge, but now shying away from that fight, still manages to win it out. He'll get sent back towards the spawn. And that time has been ticking for a while. Boo still in a passive position, someone they desperately need to clear. And the chances of victory seem to be all but gone at this stage.
Yeah, it most certainly is, but making it costly is the name of the game, and that is mission success. Although Shrimp's going to go down, that exit through main's never kind. It is what it is. A win is a win, and they have got one under their belt for Heretics, but a costly one. A lot of players lost there. I think the most impressive part about it was Bai went through that whole round without blinking.
Oh. Shrimp continues to be an issue. As you said, a very costly round, but a round nonetheless.
On cold, look at him.
Yeah.
Very shallow breaths. Well, 5-3. Big round for Heretics to get on the board, and chipping away at the attack side is really what we're looking for from this. Okay, hello, Woot. He's back on the server. He's had a bit of success in the opening fight, but look who's fighting right back into things. Woot's going to have to keep stepping it up. That kill brings them back into an advantageous position. Low HP on Koshmaris. The plant still... Oh, that shock dart, it's perfect! He's got to run, and he runs right into the sightlines of Shrimp. Great work. Fangir up top. Woot will finally fall, and Boo now has to make the clutch work.
Doesn't even know where it's safe to stand. He's going to try and reopen the door, maybe thinking that both players are up there. Instead, he's opened the door for an opponent, and well, it's Fangir from the backline is going to be there to close out the round. In terms of credits, this is the worst possible scenario for the side of Heretics. 0 players surviving, and now everybody going down in the next round. But more importantly, you've got to talk about the performance we're seeing from the likes of Shrimp. I think there was a point he's 7-1, but he has been continuing this reign of terror. And you mentioned it, perfectly placed shock dart, ready for the player to try and swing. But also, it felt like after Heretics got the initial fights, their expectation was that, okay, they're not going to be here so soon. They're not going to be right in our face immediately. They never even got to plant.
Yeah, that was the thing, a 3 versus 2. And the pressure was put on from the get-go. Boo never had a moment to take the spike out. Now Woot will not be getting away with that. It's ambitious to say the least. And the short play is also going to be cut in 2. Great damage from GRQ. He's got a freebie in that corner.
He's got no bullets in any gun. So
he's going down no matter what, but 1 player lost and plenty of orbs found. A run it back online for the next, and 7-3. This is a fantastic turnaround from all gamers. And Heretics, even if they want to make this close at the halftime, they're now up against the odds.
No, this is squeaky clean. Like, whether they're playing aggressively in the early stages of the round or playing into the retake, like, just look at it. You got Fangir now building up that confidence. We spoke about him. I think it was 0-2 in the early fights. He's definitely turned that around. Shrimp is having a way better game as well than the last. And even, like, look down the board a bit. Like, Akira's had hella impact throughout this game so far. 7-3. Again, 7-5, and we're talking about this as enough rounds to potentially go into that defensive half, but Heretics haven't looked particularly close to winning a round in a while.
Oh, Paranoia didn't catch. Not onto the deep player of Koshmaris. Run it back online and available for both sides.
There.
For now, at least, though, you take a look at Heretics. I think they're trying to bait out some of those ultimates with that early pressure. Some of those, I say. In particular, the one that they have. They go immediately up mid, force those players back, pump the brakes, and the key thing is the whole round, the spike is sat outside A. They just have Boo holding for the push-up, waiting for aggression. They were very much expecting to see all gamers come in with some flair. But the most they've gone for is a little bit of B main control, and now the ult has to be used by Koshmaris. They're just trying to avoid it, and it looks like fleeing for the hills has worked. A very dangerous ult dealt with right off rip, and now there's a snake in the grass that they have no idea about. The unrelenting buy finds 2. And all gamers still haven't used that big old ulti, and I don't think they're going to.
Oh, they don't need to do anything at this stage. This is all too easy. Heretics threw in that run it back as a fake. That was the goal. We're going to drag people in. Look, Koshmaris is running at you. There were 3 players on B. They didn't even move. They even faked away their run back in towards the site so that then they could leave this extra player just ready. You could see Boo had no intention of ever checking that angle. And then the split in from behind, well, they end up getting flanked by their own push.
It's the second time they've had huge success from playing those rotational sounds. Like we saw it as well in mid on the defense where they went from A short. You had the Neon of Bai run all the way up to mid into their spawn and back around to A. And of course, Heretics in main and in mid hear that and think, okay, they're reinforcing B where we just faked out. This is great. And in fact, no.
Oh dear.
They were selling the ruse. The Odin up top will be caught right off rips. Nice shot by Woot. As Kira falls, so too does Bai. It looks like Woot might have found his rhythm, found his groove again. Out of knives, but oh, that reveal was dangerous. No punish forward on the other side. In fact, no, he wasn't out of knives. He still had a few left to play with, but the rest of the squad's cleaning it up, leaving Shrimp alone. He's got no shortage of Odins, no shortage of ammunition. 2 targets to take down. This spam could come through onto that left side, Jenny. It's always a danger when you bait the plant out like that, but he's going to send drone first.
And while the drone's going up, the plant will come through. Gives them an opportunity Needs to try and find the spams, and waiting on the other side will be 2 players. Heretics at least able to find a semblance of balance towards the end, but it is safe to say that was a very dominant half from the side of All Gamers.
Yeah, and we came in highlighting Koshmaris. We came in talking about that Phoenix and how much impact it can have. And in actual fact, GRQ is lighting up the server. Woot was on fire on map number 1, and the whole squad of Heretics is slowed down, but GRQ continues to, or carries forward that momentum.
I'll stand by the fact that I feel like the openers for Woot were the defining factor, and he only ended up with 7 kills. So think about it. It was the Blade Storm round that they just won. He got the opener. Then he had the double opener in one of the early rounds, and then the one just before that. It was a singular opener.
5 openers.
Yeah, so it's kind
rounds.
of like without him finding a pick, it just looked like they were completely flat. And then the retakes that were coming through as well were fantastic by the defensive side. Like you look at GRQ in this map and you go, Phoenix defensive side must be fairly easy. It's not. It's very difficult to get as much value as he's finding, even when you do have to run it back, because sometimes you're going to throw that on a retake, it gets absolutely nothing, and you're sent right back to where you were. But he seemed to have impact on it every single time. That's an impressive performance from GRQ. And now, when you think about it, which side of the map's easier to get the orbs on? It's the attack. So he might be able to do even more in this second half.
And meanwhile, that swap over from Heretics doesn't really seem to be paying dividends, but maybe the second half has something special in store for us. Remember, this is where All Gamers wanted to start. They wanted to begin on the defense, and here in Ascent, it's not strange to see the defensive side walk out with a victory. With this composition, it's just strange to see, just generally speaking, but when we get into this second half, the pistol for All Gamers could set them well and truly on the road to a map 3.
I'm not sure I want to even comment on comebacks anymore, because it's already been the case in the last map, that a massive streak of rounds. But yeah, I definitely agree. We could see now both teams win both pistols on the opposing side, or the opposing map. And that might be the defining factor. It doesn't feel like it, though. 6 of the last 8 rounds going the defenders' way. And they looked fantastic. Can Heretics wake up and make this a close map, or are we set for Lotus already?
Well, to answer that, we leave it in the hands of 10 players down on that stage and a few coaches in the back rooms. Spotted right away in that corner is Woot. Heretics have a plan, though. There's a flash ready to be fired in by Koshmaris for Woot to continue forward, but they see nothing. Trap on the floor that's soon to be broken, and otherwise not a sight or a sound to be found as All Gamers group up on short. 5-man clumping towards the A site. In fact, towards Garden. They wanted a pick before they make it to the site, and it would have been good to take Omen out. The paranoia on Boo would be huge for the retake. A little bit of tickle damage as well, but that position, the position spotted run.
Gets out there without a lick of damage. It's been a weird one. Opportunities for kills. But the main thing for All Gamers is they've got themselves the plant. Kira, a 1-for-1 trade. They've at least managed to clear that position quickly on the Heretic side, but the rest might not be so easy. GRQ up close. Rians does well, but again, this man turns up. Another double, another push towards his ultimate and make that 3. Only one man in Koshmaris standing, and he cannot hold the line. It is All Gamers with the second pistol, and now 9-4 in the lead.
GRQ has completely taken over this map. A genuinely sensational performance starting out on that defensive side and being able to put up that strong of a play. It meant that we knew there was a chance he was going to carry it forward here, that it could even get better from there on out. But that many kills in a pistol, that's one thing for you as a player, for your confidence. But as an agent, Phoenix now 3 out of 6 orbs going into an eco as well, with all those orbs to be fought for. With the attacking side typically finding it easier to secure them. Heretics' first full buy might not be very easy.
Yeah. Similarly, you are hoping for this to be a 2-0. You almost kind of feel like Heretics might need to do a bit of damage in this round.
Take flight.
But if this map has been anything to go on, all gamers are not going to give them the time of day. And it almost feels like one of the real goals in this round might just be not to die to GRQ. Because the guy's been insane, but also he's 3 off having his ultimate available to him. Koshmara's up against the disappearing. I like the totem pole, though. It is 4 different variable heights. GRQ seems like he might be the one to try and face into this one. Paranoia, Flash. Well, it seems like they might have been aware of the potential of something this dangerous, and already it's starting to look a bit worrying. Nice damage, though. A couple of players dropped, and well, eventually, yeah, it is GRQ. He's now 1 away from having that run it back online.
Yeah, that won't be too hard to find at the start of a round. If you decide to play pretty direct coming into this one, Heretics, again, could have to batten down the hatches right off rip. You're expecting all gamers to fight for control, take an orb, and send GRQ through. And honestly, I don't think they need to do anything else. At this rate, he's going to win the round himself, especially with that second lease of life. Heretics, from map 1, we saw it, though. We saw them fall off. We saw them give all gamers the way back in, and it looks like that 1 round to close out Haven didn't solve any problems. We're still in this same simulation where all gamers have complete control right away. Buys ran it down onto Woot. A statement success. Run it back online off the back of the orb. They take space on short for the backstab. The trade out of the ultimate for another man advantage leaves them into a 5 versus 3. All gamers looking like they've got this one locked out. They didn't see the Omen. They didn't spot the Omen on sight. That drone didn't see. Boo! He's able to get 2. A chance still for Heretics. 1 small mistake. A glance to the right. And this could be secured. A massive lead for all gamers, but instead Heretics are dangling on to a cliff's edge with the very tips of their fingernails.
Ooh, through the smoke they go, and both players winning their fights at once. Heretics cling to life, and as you mentioned, it was just Boob going unnoticed on the site that made all the difference. The openers that came through for all gamers were fantastic, the individual excellence, but it is a bit worrying for me that even though, yes, it's an important round for Heretics to win, it's a good break-back round, that was up against a weak buy. It was Vangi using a headhunter, not having a rifle to play with throughout the entirety of the round. Now they come in with what will be a solid purchase, but I guess at least that running back was used last round.
That's the main thing. I don't think any amount of weaknesses is going to make up for what you were up against there. Heretics are at least going to be happy to have that round, to have that big ultimate out of the way. But now we come back to conventional play. It's not going to be as direct from all gamers, and we saw a lot of success from them with that wrap-up on short late by Chamber. Some gaps for Team Heretics as they were distracted. This time, a full default spread by the defense. And Woot, well, he's a man that can hit headshots with anything. And with this weapon, he won't need to. There's no way he bypassed the drone, right? They must have seen him.
Instead, they're going to go the other way. Flash dodged, but it doesn't matter.
Tapi itu flash depan kau
GRQ
banget
just
ya.
cleaner with it. He was down to 7 HP, but get a little bit of health back. Ooh, is playing on the edge of this smoke. Maybe a little bit risky. Dart through. It's only going to be the one. Again, GRQ is just flying. This guy has been on fire all the way through the map, and it doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Spike at least dropped to the ground, and Rians is aware of the player on site already. Again, they've managed to turn this back into a winnable scenario from what looked like another nail in the coffin.
The hard work is still to be done. All gamers will secure a plant. Outlaw will be 1 shot onto either of these players, and a headshot from Kira secures a kill, secures the advantage as Rian's now up against the odds. A spam is about as good as it could get, but Kira there to secure a big lead for all gamers. 11-5 on the board right now, and considering this is Team Heretics map pick, it's certainly not off to a good start.
No, for sure. I think that they knew coming in that this would be the sort of more favored of the 2 maps. I think both teams will be relatively happy with Lotus, but I think that for Heretics, that might have even been the map that they picked if they didn't think that they could get this as a bit of an advantage in terms of a weakness for an opponent. it's safe to say it's not looking like a weakness for the opponent. GRQ is 22-9. Well, I think Shrimp would be there with him. He's 15-6. He's just not been dying very much throughout this game. Heretics are... It's not even a last-ditch effort. They've gone for an eco in this round, and then they're going to try and fight back. Was it the same? The 7 rounds in a row? It would be identical.
12-5, yeah. 12-5 before.
Unless they can find an upset here. And the only thing they have to pad the gap is a couple of ults. Like a Hunter's Fury can work nicely. A run it back if you can put it into the right position. Unfortunately, you'd be doing it without weaponry, which is far more of a risk. And also means that, well, look at the ults that could be online next round for the opposing side. You don't want to give them an even further advantage.
A lot of space taken here by Bai. It's a risky play when you're up against pistols. And, well, at least one is going to be found for Team Heretics to put us even. It's certainly not even in terms of the weaponry. It's going to have to be some big performances towards this B site. Spike's on its way. 3 players ready to break through. Kick down the doors, and Koshmaris has been spotted. TP taken by Boo. Okay, now there's at least 3 here, and Boo's got the rifle.
They're going to go back.
Ult online for Koshmaris. But yeah, all gamers know what's just happened. And then they're leaving. They're bailing with Wood on the other side, only having a bandit. It's a good position, but 1, they'll expect it. At least suspect it. And 2,
maybe they
not
looked
really
at
the
the
weapon
time
for it.
and thought, okay, that's a little bit too much of a risk, but he needs to get the kill here. If he could somehow deny that plant, that was the only way they were winning the round, and now it almost feels like an impossibility once again. Boo's rifle is the furthest back. And sure, Woot has a little bit of ground, but it's not like all gamers are just sitting back and waiting. No, they're re-aggressing. This team is not shying away from a fight. Boo will trade things back. They need to get a move on. It is going to be the run it back thrown into this round. They need to now make this a conversion. Boo with his 3rd already, but he's going to have to basically do everything for the squad. And that time has been ticking all the way through. In fact, it might already be a point of no return. The spam's not quite connecting, though, because Maris is trying to stick it over the line. Instead is stripped to close. 12-5. Sure, both attackers go down, but they're not going to care.
No, I think the economy's in a pretty decent position. And also, you know, they're 12-5 in the lead. So
Yeah.
they can
And
lose.
the run it back's gone now.
Yeah, they can lose a few rounds. They can send by with an Odin to just run at their opponents at the start of the round and see what happens. Why not? Heretics did it. But GRQ has really been impressive. I am surprised to see that Heretics commit that much to this round, though. Like, as soon as the run it back was popped, it felt like it was a mistake, because it is an all-in play. It either works now, or you're not equipped for a very important round coming up. We need to see the solution from Heretics right here and now, because it looks like we're going to map 3.
Oh, what a brilliant time to take a tactical pause.
Yes, you've always said it as well. 12-5. Exactly when you want to see them take a breather.
That's why I said in the last map, I was like, if there was any time to take a tactical pause, it would be now.
Yeah.
There's someone in chat right now probably so angry that like clearly he's a bias. No. I think they're equally as screwed as all gamers were in the last map. I think all gamers had a very impressive comeback. I don't believe that Heretics will be able to do that.
The thing was, in the last one, it was like, Woot's finding all these openings. What do you do when he doesn't? And also here as well. Thinking about
He hasn't killed his half.
3 out of 5 of their rounds. Whereas for all gamers, I don't think it's that, oh, what happens if GRQ stops? Well, Shrimp is 17-6.
There's no
Bangier's
one missing,
12-7. Like, there's no shortage of individuals online right now for all gamers. So it's not a case like it was last time of, what if this one guy goes away? There's 2 more. Rien's, nice opening. It's by down and out, and GRQ's ult dealt with. Boo's also covering this space on short perfectly. And a Hunter's Fury, maybe he didn't want to put through.
What a great time to take a tactical pause. As said, this is where the comeback begins. I always believed. Shrimp being a 1v5. Now, of course, economy-wise, they're not going to be in the best spot for the next round, but they do have a lot of opportunities. And Heretics kind of just have to go at this point. It's an all-or-nothing position. Like, still take risks, still take gambles. I feel like what happened to all gamers might also happen to them, though. It's like, even if you start this streak of rounds, there's no pressure until you get close. Because you're like, okay, we've already lost. I think most people would sit here in this position and go, there is no way back into this map. And then when you do start climbing back, I think it's the second you start to believe that then the pressure hits you. Of course, for Heretics, this is quite a different pressure. Because although we've always talked about them as a second place cursed team, that was broken, well, multiple times. Once EWC, when they managed to hoist the trophy, get their name engraved forever. But the fact is, they've also now done it in EMEA. They took the title there as well. So we are looking at a squad where those excuses go out the window. And you're going, okay, if you are going to have a chance at a title defense, I wanted to see them come out hot in the groups. And I'll be honest with you, they haven't.
Well, that's exactly it. It's a different kind of pressure when you are the up-and-coming team who almost did it so many times. And yeah, you go into a final and you feel like the curse is there. But now you come in defending that title. That's something these guys haven't had to do before. And you know that everyone coming to this event, they have got you've got a target on your back, and they're more than happy to hit it. 6 rounds in a row for Heretics. I do think on this map it's harder. It's going to be so much harder, but at least, yeah, see, especially with the comp you're against, the amount of impact Phoenix can have on those run-throughs is crazy, and that ult won't take that long to come back online.
Oh. Bangir gone, but the weapon has been retrieved. Woot's aggressive positioning this time does pay dividends, but I don't know if he's going to want to stick around there for too long with an operator versus a low buy. This round feels like more of a gimme with the weaknesses that were there for all gamers, but it is also just a confidence booster for Heretics. Like, have a round or two that actually come up relatively clean, because even the ones they were winning in the last half, it felt like they could have gone back the other way. Buy as well now. Desperately low, and even the reveal is pretty much perfect. Benji still has to be a little bit careful, but in the end, it's now just one man standing, every single piece of utility being thrown at him, and even the hot hands will get a kill in the end.
As it should be a relatively clean one on the side of Heretics. The comeback continues, but belief certainly isn't here just yet. Not on this side of the caster desk. We're going to have to see them continue on this form, but good signs. Early picks were going their way, dealing with Fangir. A little ahead of the pack in the main swing.
I'll believe when I hear a Vamos. That's all I'm going to say.
I like the sending out a main aggression, and this time it's going to be changed up. Instead of having Woot there with the operator, he's going to be going looking for them on short, and yeah, that smoke immediately blooming is pretty much taking him out of the round for now. A whole lot he can do. And he wants to be showing presence. He wants to be seen. Whether it be by a drone that's not coming his way, it's over in main, or by a player, he wants someone to notice him so he can get out and then pull them into a fight with Koshmaris, who's just been waiting in the corner. A gorgeous setup. Very well executed. GRQ finds himself in that same boat.
Nice bait and switch. You can see why they wanted to have this operator in play. It just adds another dynamic. Even still, though, 2 players about to come up. Another pick coming through for Woot. Him waking up definitely makes this a little bit more interesting. And it seems like all gamers have sort of ground to a halt. It's almost like these guys had a pact that the second a pause is taken at 12, just you're going to slow everything down. You're going to really go for more tentative plays, whereas what we were seeing in some of the earlier rounds were them just blasting through angles. Instead, I think we're getting a 30-second save.
It does make sense seeing this team play direct and play aggressive. So I'm surprised we haven't gotten more of it. Even here, like, the smoke goes up on short, and it's like the 2 players that go to push it, it's quite staggered going through those battles. It gives the opportunity for Woot to find one. He even manages to cloudburst his way out, run back to short, and then Kosh can fire from the side. Shouldn't have been that comfortable of a fight, even with the setup, after he dashed to the left instead of the right.
Oh, do they get to keep the guns? This is going to be important for them to have something going into the next round, and
we'll never know. I guess we'll never know.
Who knows? Well, maybe we'll be able to tell by what weapons they have going into the next one, but I'm going to say they did hold on to their guns.
Okay.
based on absolutely nothing at all. Which is always a good way to
Intuition.
come in with information, but you know.
I'll believe you then. So, a strong economy.
That's I don't even think it would be strong even with the same guns. I think they had maybe 1 or 2 players that could rebuy, so there might still be a piece missing anyway. But at least gives them something to play with.
I see something in the middle of their screen, and I believe it was a red bar ticking down. Another timeout called here. All gamers have still one. I'll see it in a moment when the graphic comes up, but yeah, still one left after this. 4-round gap. Definitely the time to pull this into play. Let another 2 go by and see where you stand, but I do think that it's only a matter of time before we see them take this super direct approach again, and Heretics are going to be put to the test. If the setup is wrong, if the shots don't land, the reactions aren't there, like we've seen before, this composition from All Gamers can just run it down so fast.
Does look like they were able to hold on to the weaponry. And they're going to kind of like half buy around those couple of guns. It's like, okay, you still have the Tour de Force to play with. You can make this one at least a little bit more competitive. I also think the Tour de Force here could hold huge value. It's going to be playing on a lurk on the other side of the map, and then the rest of the players looking to try and challenge versus Boo. A lot of pressure put onto him, but without that initial contact going their way, they're now going to run back to the other side of the map, trying to get the Ultimate Online or GRQ, who is now 1 away.
Well, for Team Heretics, it's only 1 man towards this B site. At least it's a Sentinel, but he hasn't got any of his utility. Only the camera to play with. So some backup will certainly be needed. All gamers were to go quite direct. They're taking this immensely slow. They're clearly expecting some aggression out of Heretics. They're taking a long time to re-clear mid, assuming someone's in a ratty little corner, and you can't blame them after what they saw in short a few rounds ago.
Would be Woot. They're expecting Woot to go swinging. Okay. By with another. Player caught as well. And somehow he's managed to take 2 kills, but this is all the ruse. This is the bait. They're trying to go back in the other direction. In fact, he's now kind of facing even in towards their spawn. Re-ents has been revealed. 25 seconds left, and there's still 2 players within the back of this B site. They have done well in the early stages of this round, but that doesn't mean they're going to get it over the line. 15 seconds now. They need to get a move on in towards this site. Benji sitting, the wraparound coming in, but he gets dealt with quickly, and Shrimp again might just be there to close. The jump up might be able to deny. That's at least 1 for Woot. But there's still 2 more players that he needs to deal with. Operator in hand, watching to see if Shrimp makes a mistake. A slight step forward. That could be the loss, but instead Shrimp is very patient with it, even looks for the contact, and it's the contact of Fangir that will be there to close out the map a little bit quicker than Heretics managed.
Yeah, not quite letting them close the distance all the way to 1, but a victory. Oh, and I have to say, coming into this map, I was counting them out. For Heretics, they've had a decent start. The composition I didn't think was going to work. I didn't think they'd be able to find the aggressive plays with success without Heretics punishing them. I thought, Woot, how can you dethrone the performance that he just had on the previous map? And the answer, GRQ, that guy was
insane.
Absolutely incredible on this map. And a well-earned final map, a 3rd to decide. I believe it's Lotus that we're going to go the distance to. And for All Gamers now, they can enter that with their head held high. This was a statement turnaround after the previous map, and indeed after the first half of the previous map. Well, before...
Match found.
Split second reaction. Let's make some noise.
Ah, another kingdom infestation. Reload. Extra collateral.
Reloading. Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Drone going out.
Smoke's
Missile
up.
deployed.
Smoke's resonating.
Missile deployed. Spike planted.
Here's a heal.
There. There. There.
Enemy spotted B.
On cooldown.
Positive.
One enemy remaining.
There. Reloading.
Reloading.
Do not fight us. Their deadlock knows pain so intimately and still wants to inflict it. Such a shame.
Reloading.
We win. We survive.
Take me
All missiles away. Locating
Smoke's up.
target.
Bomb buddy out.
My time.
Light munition.
Here's a heal. Dead enough.
One enemy remaining.
There.
They're never this quiet.
As much as this world hurt me, it's mine, and I will kill to defend it.
Reloading.
Gun here.
Enemy spotted B.
Grenade is live. Locating targets.
Gun here. Smoke's resonating. Smoke's resonating. Our spike's down.
Spike down mid. 30 seconds left.
Our spike's
Last
down.
player standing.
They don't have a single life for sale.
Reloading. Reloading.
Come on, go!
All missiles away. Drone going out.
Careful. Reloading. Get it. Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Smoke's up.
Night munition.
Reloading. Reloading.
There.
Careful here.
That's a concuss. Our spike's down.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters. Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading. Reloading.
Let's turn up the pressure.
Smoke's resonating.
There.
That's a concuss.
Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
Reloading.
Our spike's down. Enemy
Spike down A.
Opponent killed.
Inside.
Last player standing.
They're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick off.
Reloading.
Smoke's up.
Face your fear!
Yo, rotate. There's 3 site.
Your duty is not over.
Don't resist.
So what I miss?
One enemy remaining.
Barrier created.
Spike planted. Drone going out.
Last player standing.
They keep trying to silence us. We keep talking.
Drone is down.
Smoke's resonating.
You had your fun. My
What's
turn.
that?
This is how we dance.
One heaven.
Back off.
One heaven, one here. Inside.
One enemy remaining. Spike down. Last player standing.
Bogey killed.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long.
Need a drop.
Quickly.
Reloading. Reloading.
One Rams.
Drone going out. One suppressed.
Go get him. Grenade!
38, 38.
Reloading. Reloading. Enemy spotted A.
Smoke's up.
Reloading.
All missiles away.
Teaming up.
Side.
Right here. Right now.
Reloading. Feeling fast.
I'm concussing.
Spike down A.
My territory. My rules.
30 seconds left.
I'm up.
Delog was
Last player standing.
Side. DULU.
10 seconds left.
Left.
Once more into battle.
Reloading.
I'm not tired. Are you?
Reloading. Reloading.
Super!
They smoke A.
Smoke's up.
Bomb buddy out.
Enemy spotted B.
All missiles away.
Smoke's resonating.
Satchel out.
Whoa!
Satchel out.
There.
Wall.
Backside, bro.
Enemy removed. My ultimate is ready.
Locating targets.
One here.
Light planted.
Your duty is
2
not
point
over.
heaven.
suppressed.
So what I missed? Enemy spotted B. There.
One enemy
Nice
remaining.
one. Smoke's resonating.
Enemy spotted B. And now they're all dead.
I know what must be done. Reloading. Reloading. I think we need the spike.
Ignite this place, please.
Bomb buddy out. Grenade!
Locating targets. Drone is down. Missile deployed.
Smoke's up.
Launching missile.
Smoke's resonating. Pairing up.
Careful here. All right.
30 seconds.
Heaven. Kawan gua.
Light planted.
One enemy remaining.
I think that's it. Grenade!
Trust each other. That's all.
There. Reloading.
Together!
Wait.
Enemy spotted B. Drone going out.
Wait.
Drone is down. Launching
There's
missile.
2 heaven, bro. There's at least 3 rotating.
Smoke's up.
Spike down A.
Pairing up.
My I got the spike.
30 seconds left.
Pipe down. I'm concussing.
Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
I'm concussing.
Spike planted. I took care of it.
Last round before the switch.
Reloading.
We cannot
What do
keep
you
our
need?
goods after this. Spend all.
Radianite, here we come.
Wait, careful, careful.
Here with my call.
Locating targets.
My ult's ready.
All missiles away.
Smoke's up. Teaming up.
I'm gonna ult in, I'm gonna ult in.
Satchel out. Interested party. My territory. My rules.
Yo, help! Help!
That's a concuss.
Joke's over.
Nobody's helping, bro. Nobody's helping.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for that. My ult's ready.
Not a single one of you even shot me once.
Switching sides.
You think they're worried? I think they're worried. Whatever they get paid, it's too much. There.
Barrier position.
Drone is down.
Smoke's up.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B.
Smoke's resonating.
Enemy spotted B.
Still main.
Last player standing.
78 on Phoenix. Bro, get him. He's one right click, bro. They're A, they're A, they're A.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Guayos. Mierda. This should be simple enough. I flushed them
Can someone
out,
get
you
this?
finish them.
It's B, 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 B. Nothing.
Smoke's resonating.
Spike planted.
Oh, temakan pertamanya. Please.
Last player standing.
That's a kill.
Surrounded by minha família. We won't lose.
Halo, halo. Putus Garabia. Halo, halo.
Locating targets. Drone is down.
Enemy spotted. Mid.
Ai. Ah! Berat banget. One more. Go.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Be grateful I killed you quickly.
If they think it is more honorable to resist death, they're welcome to try.
Wait, Sage, sell your sheriff. I got you a sheriff.
Back each other up. Smoke's resonating.
Joke's over! You're dead!
That's a concuss.
Safety
That's a
on Reeves.
concuss.
Inside.
Teaming up.
All missiles away. Ignition.
Smoke's up.
Last player standing.
Paint? Check. Charges? Check. Break?
Reloading. I will save. Drone is down.
B.
Smoke's up.
I still hear them be mean.
Face your fear!
Smoke's resonating.
Enemy spotted B. My territory! My rules! Enemy spotted.
Two flank.
One enemy remaining.
My ult right.
Fed low.
Last player standing.
All dead. And I'm still hungry. Anyone have any splits?
Reloading.
I may
Hello,
have jammed
Yatma.
my fingers.
Hello.
Multiple fingers.
Držite se, ljudi.
Baby.
One suppressed.
Smoke's up. Smoke's up.
Oh, grenade!
Heaven, triple heaven.
There.
This is how we end.
Smoke's resonating.
One enemy remaining.
You had your fun. My turn.
Run.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
1 HP. 1 HP.
Your duty is not over. So what I missed?
Where's the spike?
Reloading.
Spike on face.
Spike planted.
Teo, go together, go together. Yo, I'll satchel in sight. Just get him.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Don't interrupt me again. Defuse the spike.
Let me get that.
Thanks. For you. Explosions. Reloading.
Killing them is easier than all this radio night business.
Need a drop. Need a drop. Need a drop.
Wait, please, don't want me, dear. Don't want me. I'm gonna try to get it.
Fight!
Don't worry, don't worry.
Locating target.
Baby.
Drone is down.
Smoke's up.
Bomb buddy out.
Missile deployed.
Grenade! Reloading.
Reloading.
Smoke's up.
Enemy spotted me. Enemy spotted me.
There.
Missile deployed.
Here's a heal.
3 mid.
Reloading.
Reese is mean. He took my phantom. He's out.
Last player standing.
Spike still drop.
Fire in the hole!
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. Bow before me. Match point.
Reloading. Now, they draw their very last breath.
Can someone get this? Can I get a drop?
Reloading.
Press can buy.
Yo, request.
Can someone get this?
Turn it up.
Finished.
Like, see here.
Smoke's resonating.
One enemy remaining. Spike down. 30 seconds left.
Smoke's resonating.
GG.
Defenders win.
Time for the after party.
Yo, Meeks, I hate you, bro. Meeks.
Oi, Sir. Apa, Sir? Masih streaming. Apa? 9 apa udahan aja ya? Thank you ya yang udah subscribe, bro. Thank you. Screen lagi dah. Mana main pala, Sir? Apa? Aku start aja dah. Keluar.
Match found.
Heaven.
Yes, I'm pumped.
How could we ever just be friends? I would.
Match found.
Yes, I'm pumped.
Sova, I accessed your background file. Good story. But that's not really how you lost your eye.
And your file is missing, Amir. Explain that.
Whoa.
Spike planted.
One HP trigger.
Enemy spotted B.
30 close.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
One step closer.
We will reveal their secrets.
Found them.
Healing. Reyna healing.
Are they coming?
Enemy spotted A.
Jet's grounded.
They're going to.
Out of charges.
Whoa! Sorry.
It's okay.
Go.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Cage triggered.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Woohoo! Nice one.
Clutch.
Good thing I was with you. Yes.
There is a fury in you, Sofa.
Let's flush them out.
Grounded. Stay down. My ult's ready. 3.
One enemy remaining.
Yo.
Reloading.
Someone is mid.
You should have seen your faces.
The nightmare is becoming real. I need this. Thank you. Thank you.
They crash against our wall.
Careful, B.
Still inside.
You had your fun. My turn.
Enemy tank.
Watch this.
Spike planted.
Give me those.
Hush.
One enemy remaining.
3. Lock the sight. Oh, was that important?
A bow and arrow is old-fashioned, but sometimes old ways are
Can I
best.
get a drop? Thanks.
Reloading. It begins. Careful now. Tripwire destroyed. My ultimate is ready. Careful. Enemy tagged. They found my wire. Neutralized. My ult is ready.
40 right now. Heal.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Main.
Where is everyone hiding?
Nice.
Last one down.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Need a drop.
Thanks.
I can buy Omen.
I need this. Thank you.
Let us hunt.
Respect.
Here. Grenade!
Last shit.
Blocking sight.
Kerja aja deh.
To interrogate.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest will follow. Close antics stop now.
Is it out?
Spike down B.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're rotating. And Killjoy have ult. Maybe ult here. Oh, he's taking the up.
Coming side.
One enemy remaining.
Nice one. Upping up one
Spike
up.
down A.
Nah. Nice.
Grenade! We're here because we're the best. Don't any of you forget that.
I can buy for you, Sova.
I have extra money if anyone needs. I have extra money if anyone needs. Watch this! Give me those back.
Dash langsung.
Enemy marked.
Oh, iya.
I am the
Banjir.
hunter!
You had your fun. My turn. Give me those back.
Udah lah, gue pakai jasa aja lah. Anjir.
One enemy remaining.
There you are.
Main sama siapa sih? Kater obat. Gue pakai Vandal sama Phantom. Sendiri main sendiri.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
Dia lagi makan.
Let's start this party. Get out of my way.
Nowhere to run!
Aduh.
Grounded. Grenade.
Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
Shot done. Deploying drone.
Enemy spotted mid.
Reloading.
One down. 3. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Satchel out. Hunter hunted.
Spike spotted A.
We know more than we did before. Let's use that.
I will find you.
It's B step.
You should run.
You have ult.
Spike down B.
Here.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted B. Yikes. That sucks. Spike spotted B. Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
What the fuck?
Enemy tag. No chance.
Last player standing.
Okay, how?
One enemy remaining.
Nice one.
My ultimate is ready. I saw your secrets. They made you weak.
Last round in the half.
Nothing will be saved after this. Use it. Okay, let's get set up.
Watch this! Go get him! Grenade!
Spike down mid.
Enemy marked.
Satchel out. Here comes the party!
Wah! 100 doang.
One enemy remaining.
Where is everyone hiding?
Enemy spotted mid.
Okay, they're dead. Take what's useful.
Switching sides. Match point.
Let's end this.
Reloading.
Keep them cornered.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading. Grenade!
Deploying drone.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
55 close.
Spike down A.
See ya!
One enemy remaining.
One Kabi, last Kabi, last Kabi.
I have the spike. Spike planted.
Left, 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 left. Ooh, shit.
Attackers win.
Look at this wreckage. I'm so proud.
Never play that one day I'll be losing you. Thank you yang udah nonton streamnya, yang udah subscribe juga, yang udah like. Thank you. See you next stream.